I'm Shannon McGee, franchise owner with Network in Action in Music City, the Nashville metropolitan area. And today I have Alex Olivera with Patriot Mortgage Group. Hi, Alex.
Hey Shannon, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so glad you could join me today. So, so tell me your story. Why did you start Patriot Mortgage Group?
Well, I started Patriot Mortgage Group. I used to work for a direct lender, and I felt very captive at times because it was just kind of we were at the whim of whoever was running the company at the time. And so, if they didn't want to support a certain product or a certain niche or whatever it may be, then that was just what I was stuck with. So I decided to become a broker so that I had a lot more access and control to be able to kind of do whatever I wanted. And it also kind of gave me more control in being able to give back however I wanted to, as opposed to just whatever someone else did. So that's why I started my company.
Well, I love that. And it's nice that you brought up the give back because you have a pretty unique kind of mission and support within your company. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we for anyone that is a veteran or active duty military or police or fire, and we actually do it, we don't say it as often, but we do it for EMS and teachers as well. Basically, anyone that's like a public servant, we will pay for their appraisal upfront whenever they do a mortgage with us. And that's not, we'll pay them a credit back at closing. We put it on our card up front and it never hits their card. And the reason we do that is because when I first started in mortgage, we always used to have our company saying we support veterans and everything like that. And every time you ask what we do to support them, they would just say that we support them. And so I felt like when I started my company, I wanted to put some money behind actually supporting people and what they do. And I felt like something that is, several $100s was probably a really good way to get started with that.
I love that because you're saying let's actually take action, right? Let's not
Yeah,
just put the words out there, let's take action.
right.
And I love that. So with that, there's a lot of different mortgage, choices out there in the marketplace. You've got a really great story and a great passion on how you got started, but what truly sets you apart from some of the other providers out there?
So mortgages, I tell people all the time, is it doesn't sound as I don't know, attractive, I guess, when I say it this way, but mortgages are very much like gas stations. I mean, we all have very similar products. Some of us have, something a little more unique than others. And for the most part, pricing is like relatively similar. Some people are a little cheaper than others, whatever. But I think that the biggest thing that makes us different is the people behind it. And so I am the one who's licensed for everything that we do. And so I think what makes us different is not to sound cheesy, but me, and it's just because I love puzzles. I really like solving problems. It's just there's just something about my brain. Like I like digging in the guidelines, I like reading through the 1,800 pages and trying to find the answers. And so I feel like that's what really makes us different is that I will sit there and I will try to figure out, if we structure your loan this way, can we save you $500, or can we make your loan work by paying off a credit card versus this? And so I think that's what really sets us apart is that we're not just someone who's going to say, oh, you don't fit this really easy little box. We're going to move on. We'll sit here and we'll do everything we can so that if it can be done, we'll get it done.
I love that. I love the puzzle pieces, and I love the idea that you're actually strategically saying what's best for the client. And did I hear you right saying I like to read 1,800 pages?
I do. Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I don't read them all. I I use the search tool, but yeah, I do. I do. I like running through it because there's so many. This industry changes so often, and there's so many people, and I find myself doing it sometimes too. But guidelines change all the time, and you have people who are like, "Oh, well, you can't do that," and it's and then you go and you search through and you say, "Well, actually, there's been a policy change, 2 months ago." And suddenly a loan's doable. So I really like running through that and just kind of showing people this is the verbiage from the federal investors, so we can do this.
That's awesome. You're a lot more nimble than a large
Yeah.
company, right? And so staying up on those and continuing to, educate yourself to continue to be that expert. I love it. So Alex, if someone wanted to get a hold of you, what's the best way to reach you?
I mean, whatever's easiest, really. I mean, I text a lot. I don't have a business line separately. Everything just runs straight to my cell phone, so it's always direct access to me. So you can call or text me at 615-686-8421, or you can email me at alex@patriotmortgagegroup.com. I'm flexible. So
Love it. Well, Alex, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for telling me a little bit more about your story. And I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you.
same here. Thanks for inviting me today.